And I'm here to cover a blog post that I just wrote about mid-year reviews. So looking at the goals that you had previously this year and looking to see how they're doing and what you need to make adjustments for the next quarter, because this is the time of year where we're starting to look towards the end, and a lot of this work that we've done so far really needs to kind of see what's working, what's not, and how we need to kind of pivot in order to make sure that they do. And we're going to be doing this in ClickUp. I have done this in Airtable before, so there will be somewhere in the article where you could see that if you want to see it, but I have since started doing it in ClickUp because of the way that you can actually pull in different projects and link them together and all those back-end things. So that's a little bit about this. I'm Anna of Anna's Simple Solutions, where we work with all sorts of business owners, a lot of neurodivergent business owners, to really streamline and systemize their business so they can really sink their teeth in and do all of the awesome things that they do really, really well for their own clients. So to kind of get started, one of the first things I talk about is really kind of setting aside time for that preparation and asking yourself some really good questions that are in the blog post. And I'm going to have you see it here as well. What I've done actually is within my example here, I have a planning document, which you're able to get for free. And you are able to go to the mid-year review. And what I'm going to go through here, I'm going to pause and I'm going to answer all these questions for myself. So when I actually go to look at the past goals that I've had and the ones that I've thought for Q3 when I did my goal planning at the beginning of the year, what is really working and what's not. So here I will pause and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've gone through and answered the questions. Your answers may be longer or shorter. It just kind of depends on how much you want to put into this. I actually a lot of times do this by hand. And so I just kind of reiterated what I had written before, just because I like to take the time to really think about it, because those goals are really what I'm going to be spending my time doing and moving forward on. And I want to make sure they align with my values and my family values and those types of things kind of going forward. So just to reiterate, a lot of my values have to do with my health and my family's needs. I have young children at this point in my life, and so they need to be good. And then also really taking into consideration some of the changes that have happened in my life. So what I did is I answered them all. And then down here, there's a section that says what goals align with your time and energy in the coming quarter. So I started to look at pieces of that, but I had also planned some goals that have happened like in the past. So I actually pulled those in from, I have a current quarter here view as far as part of the list here. So if I actually go over there and look at it, you can see that this is the exact same information as in the planning document here. And I like to do that just to kind of remind myself within there that is what is in the current quarter. Now you can actually open these and edit them within here, but I generally like to actually go to the list to do that. But it is good to have kind of a view of what is in here as well. And the last step for this is move these goals to the goal list in this template. So this template is something that you can grab, and I have it, you can have a board view or list view. I have the list view for all of the goals. And I'm just going to go into the current quarter real quick so I can show you a little bit more specifically how this is set up. So we have the goals here on the left-hand side. And within here, there's certain things and data pieces that I want to be able to see up front in order to keep the important things front and center and to constantly remind me of why I'm doing, what projects I'm doing, the time that I have, what should I be spending it on? It's really like figuring out what those priorities are, right? So of course I have the year, and then I have the quarter for them. Since we're doing a mid-year review, it's those Q3 goals that are really kind of right in front of me that I want to make sure that I'm getting. So if you actually look here, I've also I put a type in here, and emojis are always helpful, especially for those that are visually stimulated. Sometimes they people learn better by auditory, but a lot of us are visually. So I use them to kind of explain, this is a business, this is my health, this is family, and this is monetary. So I just use that real quick in order to really, look, thumbs up, really make sure that we know what things are for. And then I also look at things in terms of 30, 60, 90 days. So not only are we setting goals for the quarter, we want to make sure that we are hitting them in a way that they can stair step onto each other. So I have built this 30, 60, 90 to kind of plan out very, very high level of when these are going to happen within the quarter. Right? You got to have kind of like a plan and a map to get someplace in order to really kind of figure out, again, what those priorities, what you should be working on when. So I also have departments here, especially for the ones that are business related, to really kind of figure out which departments I need to look at and what area of the business is needing these. And then I even have a week here. So you can actually, instead of 30, 60, 90 days, you could do week 1 through week 12. Multiple ways to organize this, which is super, super helpful. And then we have a board view here as well. So you can actually see it by quarter and all of the things within here. If any of you have ever done any sort of strategic mapping with me, that board is going to look familiar, because what we do is that we look at the things in your business that you are really hoping to achieve, or the direction that you want to go to kind of hit that 1 year, 5 year plan, and really kind of space them out into the quarters. So that's why we have that as well. So you'll see in here, there's a whole bunch of things that we are trying to get to. And what's really great about this, so let's say exercise class, right? Let's pick a better one than that. Get certified in Airtable. So there is an Airtable certification now that I'm kind of working through, and I actually put the link here because this is actually something that I am trying to do currently in order to get that done. But what I actually recommend doing is not make this your specific project for it, since this is a goal. I recommend actually creating a project and then relating it. So let's say get certified in Airtable. I'm just going to copy this here. And then hold on a sec. I'm going to go over here to new, and I'm going to I'm going to put it over just in operations right now. We're going to do projects task A. I think it's really just a one-time task. So I'm going to stick it there. And I'm going to say, even though it's going to take some time to get done, it's more of like a recurring one. So I'm going to put in the description here, that's the link, work on Airtable certification. I'll assign it to myself here, and I don't think I need any tags. It's pretty much everything, etc. So I'm going to create that task, and I'm going to come here on relationships, and I'm going to say work on Airtable. Oh, it says connect URL, link task. That's what I was looking for. Work on Airtable certification. So now that is hooked up to here. So when you actually go to this task, if you open that up, you can actually see that it's hooked to that goal. And I put that little thing there just so we know that it's a goal. So that's one of the great things about ClickUp, is that you can have like higher level goals in there, and they do have their goal setter, but I like it this way better because you can actually have multiple projects that are feeding into the same goal, and it really keeps those priorities central mind and make sure that you know where things are going. So this is going to be available to you in the blog post. I'll put the blog post in the YouTube description below, so you're able to get this. We do have this planning document totally for free, so you can go and look at what those questions will be. And yeah, I would love to hear what you think. If you like this, please like and subscribe so you can see more of my input. And you have a great day, and as always, keep it simple.